What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, back with another video. Now, earlier this month we got the release of Batman Caped Crusader, and we got to actually hear Hamish Linklater's voice as Batman, and I thought he did a phenomenal job as the voice of Batman. He had a nice switch up between being the voice of Batman and Bruce, and how like when he was just with Alfred, he would be in the voice of Batman the whole time. I thought it was really great how he did it. And it got me thinking, who is my top 5 voices of Batman? As of right now, I'm gonna keep Linklater off the list just because I don't want to get into like any recency bias. I'm gonna let it sink in a little bit before I can put him in anywhere in my top 5. But let's just get into the honorable mentions first. First off, I have Troy Baker. Troy Baker is a phenomenal voice actor when it comes to just like the video games and cartoons. He's great, one of my favorite voice actors of all time. And he does a great job in like those Lego Batman straight to video movies. But I think his best role, his best voice as Batman was when he did Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Great. Next, I have Roger Craig Smith. If you don't know him, what are you doing here? Anyways, Roger Craig Smith, probably hear him most of the time voicing Captain America or Sonic, but he did voice Batman in Arkham Origins, which I think is an underrated game, by the way. Just saying. But not only that, he is returning as Batman in the new Arkham VR game, Arkham Shadow. I think he did a great job as Batman in that game, but we'll see how it does in the new VR. Underrated voice, underrated Arkham Origins game, I swear. And last but not least, I'm gonna throw in Jason O'Mara. Now, I like Jason's voice as Batman. I just don't think he has a nice switch up with being Bruce Wayne, because it still sounds like Batman when he's talking as Bruce Wayne. But that's just me. Nonetheless, he is still top 10 voices of Batman, no matter what, but he's just not in my top 5. So without further ado, let's get into the top 5. Now, coming in at number 5, I have Will Arnett. Now, when it comes to Will Arnett, he voiced Batman in the 2 Lego movies and the Lego Batman movie. When it comes to Will Arnett, he just has the voice of Batman, and it's such a natural speaking voice for him. So, I mean, anytime you hear him, like even in his Reese's commercials, it's just like that, dude, that's Batman. I mean, come on. But yeah, I love his voice. It's just so natural. Great Batman. And coming in at number 4, I have Reno Romano. Now, Reno Romano voiced Batman in 2004's The Batman animated series, which is my second favorite Batman animated series of all time, behind BTAS, but we can get that into a debate later. But if you've heard Reno Romano's voice before, you definitely have, because he was the voice of Spider-Man in the late 90s, early 2000s, in Spider-Man Unlimited, the 90s PS1 games of Spider-Man, and so on. But he does a great job of voicing a young Bruce Wayne, especially when he's more playful as Bruce Wayne. And when it's time to switch to Batman, it's like game on. Alright, and at number 3, I'm going with Deirdre Bader, who was the voice of Batman in Batman the Brave and the Bold and in the Harley Quinn animated series on Max. It's the same thing when it comes to like Will Arnett. He just has like the natural voice that fits Batman. And even though it was in a very more fun, campy series, when it came down to getting serious and when the rage let loose, boy, his voice, just like his hands, was rated E for everyone, man. But love his voice, and love that they actually got to continue doing it, and that he popped up again in Batman the Caped Crusader as Two-Face. Awesome. All right, coming in at number 2, this may surprise a lot of you, but I have Bruce Greenwood as my number 2 Batman voice of all time. I don't know what it is, but when we first got Batman Under the Red Hood and he delivered like his first speaking line, I was just like, what? What? But yeah, it's just so good, and the fact that they actually let him carry on as Batman in Young Justice, and not only that, I do believe he also voiced Batman in Batman Gaslight. He was just another great voice that actually got to carry on as Batman in multiple different things, which I thought was great that they had faith in him. And I just, man, it's just like his voice was just, it just fit. It had that gravitas. It just like, it's like you man, when he spoke, your ears perked up. I don't know what to say. It's just like yeah, that again, that's Batman. But I think we all know who's number 1. If he ain't your number 1, I don't know what you're doing here. You need to get up out of here. But number 1, Batman voice of all time, is obviously Kevin Conroy. R.I.P. The one who really started it all for a lot of us, especially who grew up in the 90s. But not only that, voice carried on for generations. From BTAS, New Batman Adventures, Justice League Unlimited, Killing Joke, other things, the Arkham games, like he carried on for generations. Just his voice was so great, and he was the first one to make that depiction, to make it so that Bruce Wayne and Batman were different, and that Bruce Wayne was the mask, and people followed that moving forward. Just great. He will always be Batman to me, and not just in animation, but Batman in all media. But that is my top 5. Who is your top 5? Comment below. Let me know. And if you enjoy my thoughts, make sure you like, subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell until notified when I upload a video. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.
I can hear the demons call when they do what they do, and now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through.